Hello to you, beautiful people. My name is Noa Lakshmi, and I'm here to elevate humanity for a better world. What a great endeavor, and thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Happy you are here and that you found my channel. If you are a returning viewer, then thank you so very much for coming back. I appreciate the ongoing support. And I use this channel, if you are new to my channel, I use it for many different things, but this is an astrology report, an astrology update, which I post once every 2 weeks for the new moon and the full moon. And I like to say that even if you don't know anything about astrology, stay tuned, stick around. You might receive something very valuable, because I use astrology merely as a tool to help us navigate through this experience that we call life. So I'm assuming that you are human and we could all use a little bit of help from our friends. And we have many friends. The cosmos are just some of them as well. So if you're curious and would like to know more about me and the work that I do in the world, check out my website, noalakshmi.com. I'm going to talk about that more at the end of the video, and there are some links down below. But without further ado, we are going to jump in to this week's update. There's so much. There's a full sheet of paper. There's so much to talk about. So yes, this is a new moon video that we're gonna have on the 15th, but a lot is going on that day, beforehand, this week, the following week. So grab a cup of tea maybe and get comfortable. Today is Tuesday, April 10th that I am recording this video, and big shifts are on the horizon. We have been, I would say, closing up a few chapters in our lives in the past month. Since we had the new moon last month on March 17th, we had a new moon conjuncting Chiron, which brought about a very Chironic tone to this entire cycle, and Chiron finishing up in Pisces, and that is very significant. What you may have been experiencing in your life with this Chiron finishing in Pisces, moving from one new moon cycle to the next that is coming in the sign of Aries. Again, this a little bit sense of deflation. You know, Chiron finishing in Pisces can bring up a lot of our unconscious stuff. And when I say unconscious, it's just things that you don't carry with you on a day-to-day basis, maybe and maybe not, but deeper layers within your being, deeper layers that are connected to your soul's journey, not so much the Aries, the persona, the ego, this is who I am, but on a deeper spiritual, in a deeper spiritual way, things that may have come up to the surface just in the past few weeks, this past month, which hasn't been the easiest, and we've had a lot of very tough configurations within all that, with Mars and Saturn, which can bring some toughness. On one hand, the feeling of, I want to move forward in my life, I want to build something, and on the other hand, this sense of, I don't know if I have what it takes, or all kind of insecurities and sensitivities and deflation, and to some degree to the extreme of, I'm just tired of all this. I'm just tired of life. I'm just tired of this journey. There's a lot, you know, in Pisces, Chiron finishing in Pisces, he is finishing his cycle around the zodiac. I'm going to post the video that I did for the Evolutionary Astrology Zoom meeting about Chiron moving into Aries and what it represents. So if you are into astrology, I highly recommend you check out that video. But nevertheless, there can be that feeling of, oh my God, I'm at the end of my rope. I'm just like, oh, and just few more steps to reach, to take towards that finishing line, so to speak. Not that we are finishing anything, we are finishing and beginning at the same time. And that's what this the energy of this time can feel like. There's this burst of energy to start new things, to move in new directions, to initiate, to embody this new identity, this new self, and at the same time still completing, still feeling some of the deeper energies underneath the surface operating and bubbling up. And so the navigation through all of that can feel right now quite exhausting, or just, I've had enough. Okay, so I really want to send this message to you and encourage you to not give up, and especially with what we are coming into with this new moon. And today, actually, this is very, very important and something to remember, especially if you are feeling out of sorts or deflated or just exhausted or doubting. You know, there's a lot of doubt that can come right now, sensitive, insecure. First of all, Jupiter is starting to sextile Pluto, and that is an extremely powerful, harmonious conversation between two very powerful planets. That there's two giants. I always like to see Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. Pluto is the smallest one and the furthest away from the sun, but it has so much power and so much potency because it is connected to our soul. It is connected to the deeper aspect in our consciousness, which holds a lot of power. So when you have those two in a very harmonious conversation, Jupiter and Pluto, and in very two penetrating, powerful signs, Scorpio and Capricorn, there is that big growth and expansion and acknowledging of what do I desire deep within my soul, and what is the right path for me based on my own soul's intentions and soul's desires, and what are those things in my life that are not in accordance and alignment with my deep soul's essence. That's Scorpio and Capricorn. And both Scorpio and Capricorn, and especially with Pluto, they don't have any hesitations when it comes to just chopping whatever needs to be chopped internally and externally in your life. Now with the sextile, there is this power to do so. So harness this energy right now, and whatever it is in your life that is stopping you from growing and expanding, to chop it, to really chop it. And if there's anything in your life that is limiting your growth and expansion, that is rooted within your soul because of external shoulds, this is what I think I should do, this is what people tell me I should do, and all those things right now, there is this immense power to break through that. Okay, and especially with this new moon that is coming, there's a big breakthrough that is upon us with new moon conjuncting Uranus. So I'll get to that in a moment. But today, April 10th, like I said, Venus is squaring the nodes of the moon. So a little bit of astrology here. The nodes of the moon represents the destiny. The south node is what are we leaving behind. The north node is where are we heading? What is destiny? What is the future? And right now, Venus in Taurus, which is, she's very strong and calling upon our attention. And by the way, Venus right now rises in the evening star right after sunset, and it's absolutely a magnificent thing to watch. So pay attention to Venus in the evening sky right after sunset. But Venus in Taurus is strong. She reminds us, and especially squaring the nodes, because that is, well, what is preventing you perhaps? What is holding you back from moving towards that North Node, towards that destiny, which is Leo right now? Your full self-expression, your authentic expression, your creative expression, your joy, your joyful life, okay? Venus in Taurus, scoring that is, what do I really value? What is in my life that is quality, that that kind of quality is what I value, and that kind of quality is what helps me to feel more joyful, to feel more fulfilled, to really fulfill my own authentic expression and my creative expression. What do I truly value? What is quality in my life? Those are very two significant questions, and I talked about that last video as well, when Venus was about to enter Taurus. So right now, she is peaking in her glory in Taurus, scoring the nodes, reminding us even more so. And there's a bit of pressure perhaps, because the pressure is, well, again, what do I still feel? The pressure of society, the pressure of what is trendy, what is popular perhaps. Everybody is doing that, and there's a breaking free from that can only come through staying true to your own values, staying true to what it is that you value, staying true to what you value as quality in your life. And that is everything in your life. What is quality to you? Follow that. Also, with Venus scoring the nodes in the sign of Taurus, reminding us so much of the feminine energy. What brings you joy? That's the path to go, and you can tune into it in your body. That's the feminine essence. It's not a mental thing, which is also the South Node, leaving behind the intellectual processing, analyzing, well, it makes sense, so let me do that. But do you really want to? Does it really bring you joy? You want to check in with your body. If there's an idea, if there's a project, if there's a relationship, if there's anything in your life right now that is up on the table, new or not new, but whatever it is that you are, okay, this is the direction that I'm going, this is what I need to do regarding anything in your life. Check in, instead of the intellectual process, check in with yourself. Does this bring me joy when I really tune in with myself? Does this feel like quality? Does this have quality essence to it? The body speaks to you. If there's this feeling of, ooh, I'm expanding, grounded sense of excitement. You know, there's a difference between, oh, I'm just excited, to a very grounded, because that's Venus in Taurus as well, very grounded sense of excitement. This just feels right. This just feels good. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. Maybe everybody is telling you that you are nuts. But you, deep in your heart, Leo, your own sense of, this is who I am and this is my light. You want to tune into that right now, and that definitely lives in your body. It lives in your heart. That's that's where the soul, that's the language of the soul. It springs right into your heart, right into your body. Not necessarily, it doesn't live in the, oh, it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. And sometimes it does make sense, but many times those ideas, those directions, those initiations that we need to embark on and take don't make sense. But your body, every cell in your body, everything within your being says, go, do that. So that is a very important message now that I have with this transmission today. With Venus squaring the nodes, that's perhaps what is holding you back from really moving forward into your destiny, into your true joy, self-expression, and fulfillment, your Leo self, okay? Tune into that feminine energy, tune into your body, leaving behind a little bit of that logical, analytical, makes sense, doesn't make sense. And for some of you, that might be a challenge, a big challenge. So I invite you to take on that challenge. So this is where we're heading towards. On the 15th, like I said, so much is happening with this new moon. Just a few hours at the beginning of the day, Mercury is going direct. Hallelujah. because it's been a bit of a challenge this time around with Mercury retrograde the past 3 weeks. Reevaluating your own self, your own identity. Who am I? What do I want to do? What do I really desire? And while Mercury is in retrograde, you know, can feel like, oh, I don't have much clarity, or I have clarity, but I don't really know. So all of that is going to shift once Mercury stops and gets ready to go direct. And it's going direct on the 15th, like I said, a few hours before the new moon. This is not a coincidence. Mercury going direct is the message. Okay, that's how I see it. Mercury is the messenger. That's the one that goes into the underworld to dig up. And when it's in retrograde, it's reevaluating, it's retrospecting, it's really looking within. And then when it goes direct, after those 3 weeks, there's a forward movement, and Mercury comes up back to deliver a message, all right? So what is that message now? That message of all those questions regarding, well, who am I? What is my identity? What do I really want? All in the sign of Aries. What do I really want? What do I desire? Which direction am I choosing to take? What am I willing and wanting to initiate in my life? And with Mercury going direct in Aries, there's more clarity, there's more confidence, there's more courage. And also when it comes to, again, exchanging information, communicating, maybe there have been some things that you have been contemplating, needing to express, needing to communicate, needing to ask. And this is the time now. Well, what do I really need to ask? What do I need to communicate in order to move forward, in order to take that initiative, in order to move in that direction? So on that day, oh my God, I just love how the universe operates. You know, nothing is random. God does not work in any random ways. Ha! So, new moon is happening on the later side of the day, in the evening of the 15th of April, which is Sunday. For some of you, it's going to be Monday the 16th. 26 degrees of Aries, only 2 degrees away from Uranus. So that's a conjunction. We're having a new moon in Aries conjuncting Uranus, which is the last time, by the way. Uranus is moving into Taurus coming May. And this is the last time, well, unless you know, going to be around 84 years from now. But if you're not, this is the last time that we are going to have a new moon in Aries conjuncting Uranus. And Uranus has been moving through the sign of Aries for the last 7 years. And so now it's a big aha, a big realization about yourself, a big realization about your direction, a big realization about just your identity and what is it that you want to be. And the opportunity and the invitation right now is to break through and to break free. And sometimes that can come through a breakdown. And you might have gone through a massive breakdown on and off just in the last 7 years. And then we're looking at just the last couple of years of going through a breakdown to break down all those things that are not true to you. And now there is this sense of I'm breaking through, I'm breaking free, and a reinvention that is happening. That's all in the sign of Uranus, ascending into a higher place in your consciousness and a higher place in your life that is truly rooted in your own individual truth, in your own individual nature, in your own individual essence, which is not a part of the bigger picture. And that is such an important message. You know, with Uranus, there is a connection to the whole. So in the sign of Aries, it's not about, oh, I'm selfish, I'm just an individual doing whatever I want to do. It's finding and seeing that your own authentic expression and following that soul's essence and who you are and who you're meant to be actually contributes to the bigger web of life, to humanity, which is Uranus. So your own individual breakdowns and breakthroughs and you breaking free actually contributes to the whole. by freeing our own individual human soul's expression, and by freeing up and elevating our own ego, the whole entire fabric of humanity actually gets to enjoy and benefit from that exploration. And the more you break through your own barriers and your own limitations, the more you can contribute to the bigger picture. And that is one of the most important messages of this new moon conjuncting Uranus. At the same time, we're having the lovers of the zodiac, the feminine and the masculine, in a trine. So this is very stabilizing and very helpful for all of us. Venus and Taurus trining Mars in Capricorn, in earth sign, very grounded. So with all those aha moments and revelations and realizations and breaking through and breaking free, what is it that I am here as an individual soul, as an individual human? What can I contribute with that Taurus Capricorn trine with Venus and Mars? It's like, boom, be practical about it, bringing to earth, bringing into your body, create the things that need to be created really on a practical level. And Mars is the ruler of this new moon in Capricorn, is be practical, be responsible, have the maturity and the integrity to move in the right direction for you in your life. And how do you do that? You know, at the beginning of the video, I was talking about that. Stay true to what feels right in your heart, what feels right in your body, not so much in the mental compartment right now. All this energy of earth is very, and fire is very much in our bodies and our passion and what really moves us and what really drives us, not so much just the logical making sense. And then on April 17th, you know, 2 days after this incredible new moon, Chiron is moving into the sign of Aries. Okay, and there's so much to say about that. So again, go and check out the video that I did specifically on Chiron moving into Aries. But in this video, I'll just say it is the healing of the ego and all the places in yourself where you've separated yourself from the whole. The ego wants to stay separated. This is a big time for healing of that separation. Like I said, to see yourself as an individual and to really claim your own essence as yourself. You are an individual and a very unique and special one, but not separated from everybody else or from the bigger picture. And also with Chiron moving into Aries and with this new moon in Aries with Uranus, it's the healing of the ego, meaning the ego is not bad. It's learning how to elevate, again, that higher place in consciousness where we don't suppress the ego and we don't deem the ego as bad or wrong or it's a monster, but rather seeing the ego as just an expression of the divinity within you, how you choose to give life to that ego, how you choose to express that egoic nature that we all have. That's where Mars in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, all those things, it's like integrity, maturity, responsibility, really choosing to do the right thing and to live with a sense of integrity. That the ego is actually working as a servant, is working as a friend rather than an enemy, rather than this force within you that is always trying to separate you from everything and everyone. So that's the Chiron moving into Aries. It's meeting Mercury as well, that has just gone direct. So again, what is that message? Who are you truly? Who are you that you want to be? What is your soul telling you? And now you can initiate things in your life, directions or new directions in your life that are very much rooted in your own sense of individuality. This is who I am. This is what I came to share. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be anything grandiose and, you know, out of this world. Your own essence that wants to be expressed and shared. So yes, it's such a powerful new moon, and you guys, on the 18th, 19th, we're having the Sun meeting Uranus in an exact conjunction on the 18th. So the new moon is 2 degrees apart, but still close enough. But then on the 18th, that exact meeting, Sun with Uranus, again, breaking through, breaking free, reinvention of who you are and what is it that you bring forth. Again, last time in Aries for the next 84 years, and then the following day the Sun moves into Taurus. So we are going to begin a new cycle in Taurus, again looking into Venus, looking into our feminine nature, looking into our bodies, and looking into ways to ground all that very electrifying energy into our bodies and into our practical living, day-to-day living, creating a sense of security within our physical reality and a sense of self-reliance. You know, I can rely on my own talents. I can rely on my own self because I know who I am. And that brings about tremendous amount of power into your life that is so available for us right now with Jupiter and Scorpio and all this Capricorn energy. Powerful, powerful, powerful. It's how you choose, though, to harness that. And again, not separating yourself from the whole, but using that powerful expression of yours to empower the entire web. Saturn and Pluto are going to go retrograde next week as well. So we're going to feel more of that shift, all in the sign of Capricorn. Focusing, really focusing on your foundation. Where do you source your sense of power? Where do you source your sense of stability and security? Time to reconstruct a few things, if perhaps that's the case for you, and rebuild some foundational element that are going to assist you as you move more towards that individual expression and towards that joyful life that you so deserve to live. So packed, so much is happening, and my message to you and what I send to you is always to stay true to yourself. To stay true to yourself. Sometimes it can feel very difficult, but with all these energies right now, the universe is really telling us, stay true to yourself. That alone can be a big breakthrough for some of you and breaking free from a lot of limitations. No such thing as limitation except for the ones that we put on ourselves. So stay true to yourself right now, especially if it feels difficult or challenging, which you will experience that in opposing forces, if it's in your relationships, family, your job, just external circumstances that can feel very conflicting or opposing. But again, tune in to what really lives in your heart and what you know is yours to do, to say, to give, and to be. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this video. I hope you find it valuable. And if you're liking this video and other videos, then please subscribe to my channel and share this video with other people. I so super appreciate that. Down below and over here somewhere on the screen, you can find a link to my website if you'd like to have a personal reading with me to dive deeper into your own birth chart. And if you'd like to take your transformation and your own personal evolution into the next level, then check out my website, noalakshmi.com, for group programs or one-on-one personal work. Check out my book, Master Your Life with Love, giving you all the tools that you need to upgrade your life from the inside out, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Happy new moon. Stay awesome. Stay beautiful. Sat Nam.